If you struggle with designing slides, carousels, or content from scratch, this video will save you hours. In this video, I will show you how to use gamma.app step by step, even if you've never used it before. And by the end of this video, you will know how to create professional content using AI in minutes. You don't need any design skills, and it won't give you stress. Without wasting much time, let us begin. For this video, we're going to be using our smartphone. We're using our smartphone because I want even beginners to be able to use this website. You can use it as a website, you can use it as an app in your phone when you download it, but you must download it from their website. Okay? So without wasting time, let us head over to the website and start from there. So we'll head over to this website, gamma.app. Go to your Google, search gamma.app. It says continue with Google or email. So I want to continue with my Google mail. I'll put the email I want to use. So start for free. So you have to choose whether it's for personal use or for work or for education. So I usually select for personal use. Which of these describes your role? I just choose a creator. How many people at your organization? Just me. So what do you plan to do with Gamma? I will select all. Select everything here and continue. How did you hear about us? I'll say Google or other search. And after that, it has opened my home page. So I wanted to check something out. Go to these three lines up here. Then go down here to the left. Tap on it. You can see I've been given 400 credits. And this is what I'll be using as a free user. Unless I want to become a paid user, then I can subscribe. But as a free user, I have access to these 400 credits which I can use for whatever thing I want to create on this website. So I go back to the home page. I select this create new. Okay, so when you come over here, you can see a lot of things you can do here. Okay, but for the purpose of this video, I just want to show you two things you can do and a lot more you can access for yourself. Okay, so click on generate. So you see that you can generate presentations, you can generate a web page, and by a web page, it's going to give you a full functional one-page website for any kind of business. Alright, if you have a domain, you can add it to your domain or import your domain. If you don't have a domain, you can use the free web page with their own web address. Okay, so you can create a document, and here you can create things like ebooks. You can create a lot of things. You can create presentations as well. Okay, so here you can see social media. Whatever you want to do on social media, you can create them here, apart from videos actually. But you can create carousels, you can generate reels, you can generate things to post on any social media platform. Okay, so for this video, I want us to do two things. First thing, I want us to create a social media post or a carousel which we can post maybe on Facebook, and maybe we'll create an ebook. Okay, so let me run through that very fast. So for the social media part, I've selected social. So describe what you want to make. I say, okay, I want to make a carousel maybe that I want to post on Facebook. Okay, and the title of the carousel may be how to increase engagement on Facebook, because I want to make this for Facebook. So you see this button here, generate outline. Click it. It's going to generate the full outline. I forgot to show you something earlier. This is where we'll have this place here where you see 10 cards. You can see that up to 10 cards are free to use, but from 15 cards you become a paid user to use them. Okay, so even from 10 to 14 cards are free to use, depending on what you are creating or what you are trying to create. So now the 10 cards are preset. Okay, so you can change it from 10 to anything actually. So the 10 cards here will give me 10 outlines. If I want these outlines to be more than 10, you can see this one is actually more than 10. I have 11 cards right here, and each of them has something written on it. Okay, I just used the title to generate this. So, and in any of these cards that I want to change what is written on it, maybe I want to put something else, I want to add my own words, I can select the card. Like for instance, card number 2, I can just tap on any part of the card and change whatever I want to change. Okay, I can delete and I can add. Alright, I can decide to add, or I can delete whatever is there. But if I like it as it is, I can leave it. But if I want to delete a card entirely, just select the 3 dots there and click on delete card, and you can also merge 2 cards. Alright, so that being said, let's go ahead and ask it to generate this. But there are some options down here which you will have to select. Now you see this one, it says minimal. That's the text content that we want. The minimal one will give you some minimal points. Okay, but I prefer to use concise so that the points will be very concise. And visuals, you can select AI images. You have options to select stock photos, web images, AI images, illustrations, whatever you want, you select. Okay, so and in this case, let me select illustrations. I want to use illustrations, and let's see how it turns out. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to click on continue, because I just selected the visuals, right? So continue. It's going to take 40 cards to do that, 40 credits. Let me show you that again. It's going to take 40 credits, as you can see down here, to generate this content. So I click on continue. It's going to ask me to select a theme. You can select from any theme on this place. Swipe from left to right to select any one. Let me just select this one because I don't want to waste time. Let's pick this one and say generate, and it's going to generate. It's generating already, so we'll give it time to do that. Now you can see what we have. It is generating. You can see how clean these things look. And before you can create something like this by yourself, it will take you a lot of time. Okay, so look at how we just did it without much effort. You can see this is what we have. This is what we have, because we selected illustrations. That's why we are having this kind of images in it. If you select another type of image, that is what we're going to see in this part of the post. So this is exactly what we have. So we can save this on our device. I go into these 3 dots over here select it, see export, select export. You come down here, you see share, you see export, select export. Now we want to export this as a PDF. You have the option to export it as PNGs, okay, depending on what you want to do with it. Based on this one, it is a carousel. I want to post it on Facebook. I'm going to export it as PNGs so that I can select them one by one, okay, and post them as a reel, or I post them as a carousel on any other platform. So I'll select export as PNGs, and it's exporting already. So when I have it ready, I'm going to open it and show you exactly what it has done. Then we'll come back and create something else. It has downloaded. Okay, you are trying to download it to your device. Downloaded, open it. So because I downloaded it as a PNG, I'm going to extract it so that it can be extracted into my device. So I click on extract. It's already in my device, and I can confirm that by going to my device to check. Can you see it? This is exactly what we just did right now. Okay, and we can post it on Facebook or any other platform at all. Okay, so let's go back and create something else, and this time I want us to create maybe an ebook. You know, ebooks are selling right now. If you actually have something that you know that people are actually asking for, okay, click on this part of the page and it takes you back to the home page. So now let us create something new. Click on generate. Now because we want to create an ebook, we'll select document. Okay, so our document is going to be, let's select the maximum we can see here, 10 cards. And this ebook, now what are we going to title it? For instance, let me say how to grow a YouTube channel from scratch. Okay, so hit generate outline. It's going to generate the outline. After that, you can see the outline is just generated. It's 10. Okay, and this is the outline it is going to expand to give us a complete ebook. All right, and for the fact that we are generating things like ebooks just from the title does not mean that we cannot generate it if we have an ebook already written on another platform, maybe like ChatGPT or Cloud. We can generate our ebook on any other LLM like ChatGPT or Cloud, and we import it here and convert it to something very, very professional. Okay, because some of those other ones cannot give you what you need all the time, maybe like something presentable. You can bring it here, paste the whole text here, and it's going to give you the ebook in an already presentable professional format. Okay, so all you have to do is choose what you want. But for the fact that I want to make this for this tutorial to show you exactly what you can do, that's why I'm just creating and generating from the titles alone. Okay, so let's go ahead and select, because this is an ebook, I want it to be detailed. I'll select detailed. If I want it to be extensive, I can select extensive as well. Okay, but I know detailed will cover what I want to be covered in this title. So for the visuals right now, I can select AI images. The other time I used illustrations, right? Let's use AI images so that AI will match an image type to what we are creating. So you can see the AI image model you can choose. I want it to just be automatic. Let it select automatically. Okay, whatever fits what we are doing, let it select it. Then I want to make it a select photo here because I want it to be photorealistic. Okay, so here are some extra keywords I can add. I can add cinematic lighting, I can add sharp focus, I can add studio quality, I can add texture rich, I can add hyper real. You know, you can select as much as you want to select. I want it polished. Okay, so if I add all these things, it's going to give me something very, very nice, well graded. So see, to generate I need to use 40 credits as well. So I'll click on continue and I'll pick a theme. This is an ebook, so I'll pick something different from what I used the other time. Let's say this one. I like this one. Then I click on generate. Let's see what it does. It is creating our ebook. You can see it actively working. And what I like about this is that it gives you something very professional. You don't need to edit anything. You just take it the way it is and just download it and begin to sell. Okay, you can sell or you can use it as something you give to people for free. All right, maybe as a lead magnet for something, like for people who want to use it for that. So you can see as it's generating, it's expanding all those points to give us something well detailed, okay, professionally written. And these are things that it is hard to find anywhere. And moreover, we are getting all this for free, so you can be more generous actually. What it has done. Okay, you can look at the images it used, you can look at how it presented it, looking very nice. Okay, so this is exactly what we're going to download right now and save to our device. Once again, click on export down here, and this time we're exporting as PDF. And one thing I like is that the file sizes are very, very, very small. It doesn't occupy much space, so you can do this with your phone very easily. So it's downloading and exporting as, okay, it's going to ask us to download. It's trying to export as PDF. So now we're going to download it to our phone. You can see 1 MB. Okay, so I'm going to hit download. If you want, you can rename the book and open and see exactly what it has done. So this is what I have in my phone right now. This is the ebook. You can see it. This is exactly what it has created, and I already have it in my device. So now let's go back and let me show you how you can use it to create a web page, a landing page or something like that, depending on what you want to use it for. You can create a full functional website for any purpose. Okay, so let's go back to generate. This time I'm going to select a web page. So now I'm going to describe what I want the web page to be all about. I want to create a landing page for my business called Tremax. It is an online shop for everyday gadgets, or I can say, okay, gadgets. This is just for the purpose of it can be for anything. And if you want to be more detailed, you go to ChatGPT, ask it to give you a prompt that you can put here to generate the website. Okay, but for this tutorial, I want it to be short. I don't want it to be too long. That is why I'm trying to just use simple terms. I can ask it to generate it with the name of the business, the address of the business, the location of the business, every detail I want about the business to be featured in this landing page. I'll go to feed it here, and it's going to give me exactly that. But based on what we're doing right now, I just wanted to see that it is possible to do all this with this tool. That is what I'm trying to show you with simple terms. So I'm going to click on generate outline. Okay, you put your phone number, whatever you want to appear in that web page, you can do it here. Okay, so click on generate. It's going to generate the outline of what I just put in. Okay, I just said it's a gadget, online gadget shop. So this is what's showing me that it's going to put smart living essentials, discover your top picks, and all of that. This is exactly what it's going to include in this website. So the next thing I'm going to do is, if I want to add any other thing like about us page, I can add it by myself here by clicking add card. You add it, say about us. You can click and add terms and conditions or whatever you want to add. Okay, so now I proceed to the text format. What do I want? I want it to be concise. I don't want it to be too long, so I choose concise. Visuals, I want to use AI images. Let it auto select, yes. And I want it to be photorealistic, so photo is okay, already selected. So I go down here, cinematic lighting, I add them as extra keywords: high definition, dynamic depth, rich tonality, glossy surfaces, sharp focus. I add everything. So I add every keyword and I hit continue. Like before, I'm going to select a theme, something that's going to work for what I'm trying to create. Then I go ahead and hit generate. So with this tool, you can get a lot of quality content, quality jobs done for yourself or for anyone. And you can do this basically for free, because as of this point, I've not upgraded to a paid user. Okay, and you can see all of the things I'm already doing with it. So I think it's good. It's very okay. So you can see what we have been able to generate based on the prompt I used. It has added all the necessary sections. And if for any reason I don't like any part of this landing page, I can edit it. But to do that, I'll need to use a laptop or a desktop. Okay, so if I don't like any part, I can change it. But to do that, I will need to use a desktop. Okay, you can't change anything on this website using your phone. You can always do that with your laptop or your desktop. And to do that, you just send yourself a link and you go to your system and edit whatever you want to edit. Like here, I can put my phone number, I can put whatever I want to put here to upgrade this to exactly what I want. Even the images here, I can change everything and edit it to my taste. But for something I'm getting for free, it did a very wonderful job. So if you tap on this pen icon up here, you can see it says ready to edit. Head to your computer to unlock the full power of Gamma. To do that, you have to go to your computer to do that. Okay, so this has brought us to the end of this tutorial. Be creative and see what you can do for yourself, and whatever you create or generate is always stored on your Gamma account. So look at our website right here. Look at the other ebook we generated. Look at it here, and this is our carousel over here. So at this point, I'll ask you to be creative and see what you can do with it. See you in my next video. So if you're already creating content and you're not using tools like Gamma yet, you are working harder than you should, believe me, because this tool can easily save you hours of work every week. If you want already made AI prompts and systems to create content consistently, please check the link in the description of this video. And if this video has helped you, please like, comment and subscribe so I can be encouraged to keep making more videos like this. And until next time, stay creative.